Hello everybody, I'm Count Christo and welcome back to the Roman Reclamation campaign. Let's do this thing. So, you have given me some very useful advice and comments and things. Thank you very much for all of your feedback. It is, as ever, very appreciated. One thing someone said, which is a very good point, which is we don't actually have any right now that I can see. Let me just keep looking. No. So we can, in our nation, have oppressed Orthodox minorities, and I thought that was weird because we're Orthodox. But they were pointing out like it's really the locals that do it. But then I think I might be right that it's just a matter of it didn't update yet. I think it's because now they're just counting as Orthodox, and the Sunnis should still be oppressing them, right? If it was that. The other thing we came up with was maybe it's an autonomy thing. Maybe in high autonomy provinces, if the local religion is not yours, they oppress people of your religion. But the Jewish presence is oppressed and the Orthodox is not. I guess we don't like the Jews either, so maybe there's a lower autonomy floor. I'm not sure. What else did you tell me? Oh, I'm pronouncing everything wrong, to no one's surprise. So, there's that. Alright, what were we doing? It's been quite a while since I last recorded this. We got Moria, that's right, we seized Moria. We left the one province. Right, they're still guaranteed by Venice. That's right, we lost a naval battle against Venice. Quite a few naval battles, actually, as I recall. Rather to my chagrin. Do we need transports? Yes, we do, because we're going to want to take Crete in the next Venetian war. That's right, vassalizing this guy. So we need more relations with him. Our court level appears to have gone down. Nice. Loyal subjects. As ever, new recording session, so you'll have to pardon me while I get a grip on things here. Oh god, almost clicked on request manpower. I don't want to do that. Well, maybe I do. We're a long way down on manpower at the moment. We're getting 250 manpower a month in 1405. Wow. I told you, man. Whoever owns this area, they're really strong. So the lesser nobles can't demote because you don't have the stability. Yeah. How long till we do have the stability? Not too long. Relatively good stability production now. So, court man. No, we do have a good court. So, what is going on? Let's bump the funding, because that increase is far too low. Oh, we have loans. Ouch. Okay. Not too long until we can pay it off, though. We've saved up crazy amounts of Diplo points because we're about to get an idea group. Fantastic. We've done also lots of talking about Declare Rome Reborn. So, you can't use Conquest CBs outside the historical borders, but basically that's fine, because at the end of the day, there's plenty inside the old historical borders, so you really shouldn't have a problem. Okay, alright, we're not going to get any PUs. It is going to make everyone hate us. I really hope it doesn't make vassals hate us. Minus 100, so we're not going to be able to get any more vassals, but we're running out of Orthodox people that we're going to be able to vassalize. Really, the only other viable options right now are Trebizond, Carissa. Carissa's a horde, I think. Yeah. Well, I say a horde, they're tribal. So we probably wouldn't be able to vassalize them. I think Dobrozhia and Oberon are probably the last two vassals that we'll get peacefully. Right, so what else? No cores left. Do we have any missions? Yes, we want Trebizond to like us. So that's right, we're down a diplomat because we've got 2 in mediate internal disputes right now, which is the only reason our stability modifier is actually positive. What would it be at without those? Probably pretty terrible, if I had to guess. Did I go past it? No. Isn't stability cost modifier? Shouldn't that be just here? There it is. Yeah, so without that 25 and 20, we'd only be at 5 negative stability increase interval. Which would be pretty bad. Despotic monarchy is not helping with that, of course. Which is the next good one. Wow, absolute nag is 30%? Was that always that way? That's crazy. I mean, the discipline's nice. I think we'll probably want to go administrative when we can. Do we have the decision for that yet? No. When do we unlock the administrative monarchy? 23. Quite a way off that, then. Do we want to be focused on Diplo points? How many points does it take to take a whole idea group? Oh, I can't see the cost here. It's base 300? 200? 250? I don't remember. It's lower than vanilla. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 ideas. I haven't got a calculator up. Big mistake. Always have a calculator up when you're playing M&T. Alright, let's say it's 250. What is 250 times 7? It's not 437,000. Okay, I think I made a mistake. 250 times 7. 1,750. That sounds more likely. And presumably we have cheaper idea costs. Let's take a look. One of the other pieces of feedback people gave was if you keep playing this slowly, you will never, ever, ever finish. You might be right, but I'm not going to speed up much. Sorry. I like taking my time and understanding things, and hopefully that'll be enjoyable for you lot as well. All power costs go up, so that'll hurt our idea costs. Why isn't idea costs under I? Am I just nuts? No, it definitely isn't there. Maybe we have no modifiers to idea costs. That's also possible. N, national idea costs. No? Huh. Well, I guess we'll just see. What I'm thinking is, I think we might have more than enough Diplo points right now. But actually, we do want more, because we want to unlock the Latin-sailed caravel soon, so we can actually start fighting Venice on their own terms. Confirmation of a metropolitan. Alright, let's settle this. I'm going to put a poll as a pinned comment on this video, if I remember, which I will. I'll do my very best to anyway. There are a whole bunch of events like the cultural unrest one, and the peasant uprising one, and the there's a whole bunch of provincial unrest events which are designed to make it harder to blob. And some of you have commented saying I should get rid of them, and some of you have commented saying I should keep them. Let's do a poll. I'm not saying I'm going to necessarily go with the outcome of the poll. I might well just choose to do whatever I wanted to do to begin with. I am Christo and my word is law, as we have as rule number 1 in the Discord. But I'd like to know your opinion, because for me, anti-blobbing events, I don't like them. They smack too much of the kind of railroading that you get from dynamism. Because yes, I completely agree, it's difficult to manage a large empire. That's well modelled by the autonomy system, in my opinion. It's not the case that if you're a larger empire, you're more likely to just randomly have cultural unrest. I mean, yes, if you're hugely culturally diverse, you're more likely to have cultural unrest. But the problem is, the cultural unrest event is dumb. It's badly made. And I say this, as ever, full in the knowledge that I could not do better, and that the mod developers are wonderful, wonderful people. But the cultural unrest event is stupid. It gives you, like, 60% of your wrong culture provinces get unrest. That's ludicrous. It's not like all separate cultures suddenly get the idea to rebel. You should have, like, a Bulgarian cultural unrest event. That would be fine. I'd be entirely fine with that. Or, you know, a Turkish cultural unrest event. You shouldn't just get, like, I mean, randomly the Bulgarians and the Turks just, you know, send some messages across here and coordinate a unified revolt. That's silly. You could have that as a disaster. Then that would kind of make sense. Speaking of disasters. You get rid of this Peasants' War progress. But manpower is rocketing up right now. 260 a month. It's outrageous. We still have disorganized military. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. Let's go speed 5. Let's get rid of this goddamn disorganized military modifier. It's giving us 20% slower manpower generation. I'm not sure if the math's actually that simple, but I think it is. Because if you have 10% lower manpower, you gain 10% less per month. And if you have 10% slower manpower recovery, you gain 10% less per month. So in terms of raw manpower numbers, not percentage of cap, we get less. We get 20% less per month. Great. There's our loans paid off. Income back in the green. That's what we like to see. Some countries want to hire condottieri. Muscovy, eh? Muscovy's at war with Novgorod. And they want condottieri? You're not winning, Muscovy? You've got so many vassals. No, they only have one vassal. Of course, this is M&T. Hey, Muscovy. You should totally buy my condottieri. They'll do it. Do I have military access through the White Horde? I guess Muscovy has conditional access? No? Weird. Anyway, here, Muscovy. Give me 1.2 times what these men are worth. Yep, they did it. Good, it's just not showing up. That's right, the flag takes a second to show up. And you know what my condottieri are going to do? You know, if you know me, I suspect you might be able to guess. They're going to just continue training in Constantinople. But now Muscovy's paying their wages. Fantastic. Okay, everyone's fully repaired. Alright, do we want to go... with 62, I'd normally think it would make sense to go in the Aegean, but let's experiment a bit. Confirmation of a metropolitan. Sorry, so I didn't really finish my train of thought on the poll. The poll is gonna have just two options, very simple. Do you want me to keep the anti-blobbing events, or do you want me to selectively delete the anti-blobbing events? And don't worry, I will, I've got backups of the M&T version. If I muck up my hashing, if you're not aware, hashing is where you place hashes, as in the things you use for hashtags, in front of code, and it makes it not work. But yeah, it won't be a problem if I get it wrong, because I can just restore the old version of the mod, which I have all backed up and saved and all that good stuff. Why are you sitting in a port? None of the ships are damaged. Oh, I must have not clicked on the trade node and just clicked on the port instead. Go protect the Aegean. Yeah, so should we get rid of them? Hey, lesser nobles. Oh no. I much prefer it if the burghers are in control. This isn't a very big city though. The mine is basically the only thing keeping people living in the cities here. Should mines cause urbanization? That seems a little suspect to me. A mine, I mean, well, maybe. I suppose it's a difficult thing to model, because a mine would encourage like a village and a small town, sure. But a city? I mean, I guess easy access to the resources would increase the efficiency of like of manufactories in the area if they were using the things that the mine was extracting. Though in this case, I think it's salt. So I'm not sure. I mean, I guess you could... maybe a fishing town would grow up here because they had lots of salt to preserve their fish. I don't know. Do you... wait a minute. Do you add salt? I mean, you dry fish, right? Do they add salt when they're drying fish to keep it fresh? Why do we just lose 50 manpower per month? Oh, right, because the pop-up you just read, Christo. Because we no longer have manpower low, right? But yeah, I don't know if you add salt to dried fish to preserve it. I know you do to lots of dry meat. I don't know if you do to fish. I'm thinking maybe you don't to fish because... well, actually, is that right? No. Fish. Okay, this is a weird side topic. We're just regaining manpower. Listen to Papa Cristo ramble for a bit. Fish, obviously, as with all animals, are mostly full of water, right? But it's not salt water, because otherwise... or is it? I don't know. Do fish have really high salt concentration? Monastic town in Thraik. Nice. Unsurprisingly, the Muscovites aren't that pleased with my work. Great, another conversion. M&T developers, bring back the awesome conversion pop-up that really explained how religion works in De Gracia. De Gracia? I'm afraid I have no idea how you say that mod. Let me see if I can get it written down. Where's the religious decisions? Where have they gone? Maybe you can only do them in the first bit of the... here they are. Slow British Russians. De Gratia? Something like that? Anyway. Ports closed is expired. Good. Alright, so after the ports closed thing goes away, let's see how much we're actually... how much we're making from trade, and then we'll try and move these boats around. Alright, finished improving with Dobrozhia. Alright, 5.3 with the boats here. And if we sent half of them to Egypt... Egypt is where the most wealth is. It's also where the most power is, but we'll try this. Alright, don't let this cap out. We're very close now, so we are going to need to spend some Diplo points. Do I want to spend 490 on this? That's not that much. Let's do that. Right, I definitely want to cancel it before they actually register their complaint with the International Board of Condottieri. Give me a marriage. We'll guarantee them, and that'll be enough. Fantastic. What was I saying? Yeah, so I should make my case on the blobbing events a bit better. Oh, missed it. Oh well. which is that, yeah, so some of the events just don't make sense. Like the cultural unrest being a global thing rather than a culture-specific thing is very strange to me. The idea that the more provinces you have, there's a greater chance of each individual province having a peasant uprising doesn't make sense to me. The fact that you can have uprisings when the local peasants don't have anything to complain about. Like, if you're in, like in Thrace, for example, okay? No, that's a bad example. In Hebros, it's controlled by, you know, the majority culture is Greek. The majority religion is Orthodox. We do not have a religious scandal. It's controlled by a section of our society which is very, very happy with us, right? It's a, you know, nice, prosperous, peaceful region. This province has a chance to just randomly revolt. As far as I can think of in history, and I am not an extensive student of history, as anyone who watches many of these videos will tell you, but I'm not a complete moron, as I will attempt to tell you. I think we made more money with the ships in Egypt. 6.2, that's quite a bit higher, I think. We'll go like this for now. We should expand the trade fleet. Provinces didn't just revolt for no reason, because the country they were in was too large. That didn't happen. People revolted because they had a religious conflict with the ruler, or because the taxes were too high and there'd been too many levies recently, or because there were too many wars they were being dragged into, or a whole host of other reasons, which were all not random. And maybe it's too much to ask to program all of those in. I understand that. But just the randomness of it, and the fact that it gets more the larger you are. Like, why the heck does Hesvos care if we own Egypt? Because at the moment it does. If we own Egypt... Wait, is that right? I'm not sure that is right, actually. No, I don't think that is right. I don't think the actual chance for Hesvos to revolt increases if we own more land. It's just that you own more land, and so there's more that can have the chance to rebel. And that does make sense. Oh, not this absolute git in the joust again. This guy never turns out well. No. No, I will not accept you. I spurn you. Can we marry Moria? Lose some legitimacy so we gain more? No. He'll just be rubbish again. It wasn't this campaign where he was rubbish, was it? It was Brandenburg where we got 2 of them and they were both rubbish. They weren't rubbish, but they weren't very good. Okay. Do we all we need is manpower at 25? Or is there something else? I think we might need stability. Yes, we need stability and we need a military organizer, or, sorry, an army organizer or army reformer. Or 90% manpower, which is not going to happen. Well, Master Recruiter. What are you? What? I can't see what type he is if I don't have the money. That seems silly. Well, this month we'll have enough. What are you, dude? He's a commandant. So we could fire these guys and re-roll them until we get the new one. And I think I am going to do that. We should have just fired the level 1 one. But the thing is, I think in MEIOU&Taxes you don't just get advisors every time you're lower than your cap like you do in vanilla. Oh, we're making very low admin points right now. It's going to take an age to get to this. God, it's going to take 8 years. Okay, yeah, we need to switch this up. Let's focus admin points. So we are behind on admin tech. Also, now we've got out of our debt situation. Yeah, give me that Inquisitor. Fantastic. Did we get a new guy? We did, nice. And he is... can't see. I could know, of course, from this. Oh, you can just hover here. He's an army reformer. That's what we needed, right? Yeah, fantastic. Violence never solved anything. Agree to disagree. That place that I won't even try. Gets monastic town. Nice. Almost at our caps for centralization. Which is, of course, going to increase unrest. I'm not sure about centralization increasing unrest, to be honest. Because centralization, insofar as it increases unrest, makes sense that it does on the grounds that areas have less autonomy and so feel like they're being taxed more and they're under a yoke of a distant power and all that kind of thing. But that's already mapped in the autonomy system. Maybe centralization would just be wildly overpowered if it didn't. But, you know, autonomy already decreases unrest when it's high. So, I don't know, I don't feel like it needs to be increased by for centralization too. But yeah, the answer probably is it's just overpowered if you don't have it that way. Where I don't need to curtail your nobility or anything, right? You're already getting integrated. Yeah, good. Wow, we're integrating them so fast. Our centralization is being crazy good for that, I think. Let's have a look. No effect on our centralization thing. They're just very short because they're quite small. Cultures faster, culture groups faster. Yeah, not much really making it faster, it's just they're quite small. So we could right now force heretics to convert. Which I think we should consider. Well, I mean, we're managing to convert them normally pretty well. This, by the way, this event is the answer to the question, how the heck are we going to convert like all the Sunni in the world? Well, not all the Sunni in the world, but all the Sunni in the Roman sphere. We're going to do it with this event. So we are going to do this, but I think not right now. Someone said, by the way, are those duelists still around? Yeah. Apparently, duelists are those who... Well, there were two theories in the comments, and I didn't actually check. Apparently, duelists are people who recognize the Pope's authority. Hey, a new imperial reform. Good for you, Bohemia. Are people who recognize the authority of the Pope, but also worship Orthodox icons and saints and things. Which makes sense that we'd have some around here. I guess that's the legacy of the Latin Empire. Nice. Stability improves. Excellent news. Fantastic. What was I going to do? That's right, I was going to demote greater nobles. 40 loyalty. It's outrageous. We might as well demand support from these guys first. But yeah, I think we're stable enough that we can have some disloyal lesser nobles right now. And we're ahead of time on Miltech. You know what? Just do the fast option. Okay, so we are going to get some revolts right now of some Sunni heretics. How many of them are there going to be? Not too many. Not too many. We might want to beef up our numbers a little. Let's get these guys down here. But I'm going to deal with these Sunni heretics in the next episode. Until then, thank you very much for watching. I do hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.